Hello, leaders. Welcome to ED 595 again, and welcome to week 1 in particular. This week, I just want you to lay down good patterns for how you're going to do your work each week in this class. And also, I want you to lay down a foundation of understanding leadership theory and ethical theories. So you're going to be reading those chapters on multiple ethical paradigms, and you are going to be referring to those paradigms throughout the course. So it's really important that as you read those and you think about those and you write about those in your discussion this week, that you keep those in mind as you refer to them throughout the course. There are 4 ethical paradigms according to that particular research, and they are the ethic of justice, the ethic of care, ethic of critique, and ethic of the profession. And the point of understanding these is to realize that often when we talk about ethics, we might assume that other people see ethics the same way that we do, but really everybody has different mental models. So when you're trying to make a decision with someone else, and you want it to be an ethical decision, they might be making that decision based on an ethic of justice, kind of based on the law or the ideals of what they think is right and wrong, what's fair. Whereas somebody else might be thinking about an ethic of care, and they're thinking about relationships and keeping the peace and how we all get along. And that's what's most important to them. Somebody else might be thinking about the ethic of critique, and that's the lens they see through. And so for them, they're thinking about equity. They're thinking about marginalized populations and people who are lacking power and who need and deserve to have more power and more privilege. And then finally, the ethic of profession. If you're working in a particular job, say you're working at a school, you're working at a corporation, a lot of people are just thinking about what's normal for corporate behavior, or they're thinking about the laws and policies of the school that they're working at, or the corporation that they're working at, or the university that they're working at. And that's primarily the lens that they're seeing through. Now, most people, of course, are not thinking, I'm making this decision based on my lens of ethics of justice or my lens of ethic of care. They're just seeing the world that way. It's your job now as a leader to recognize that people are seeing the world in these different ways, and they see ethics in a different way. And that way, if you find that you're speaking kind of a different language than someone else as you try to make ethical decisions, you can meet them where they're at and speak their language. Recognize, oh, this is someone who really sees the world through relationships and has an ethic of care. So I'm going to talk with them about how relationships are important as we make this decision together. Moving on, you're going to be reading chapters 1 and 2 in the Nordhaus book. So getting started with that. And every week, at the end of 1 or 2 or 3 of those chapters, there is a survey or a quiz to take. So this time you're going to take the traits survey at the end of chapter 2, and you'll be writing a reflection on that. What's unique about this week is that you are also going to ask 3 other people that you know, preferably people you work with, but it might be people in your family, might be friends, to take the same questionnaire, and they're going to be answering those questions thinking about you and how they see you. So this is an opportunity for you to find out if other people see you the same way you see you. One of the most important things about being a leader is understanding yourself. So here's an opportunity for you to understand yourself better. And part of how we understand ourselves better is seeing what's reflected back at us. How do other people see us? Do they see us the way we want them to see us? Maybe we want to change some of our behaviors or how we approach other people in the world. And you might find that out by sharing your questionnaire with 3 other people and then reflecting on that. When you write your reflection, you're going to do that in the form of an ORID reflection. And I'm not going to go into what an ORID reflection is here because there is a little video posted on Moodle on how to do an ORID reflection, and I give you clear directions on that. So please check that out on Moodle. and write your first ORID reflection this week. You're going to be writing ORID reflections over and over and over every week. Hopefully having that structure will provide a lot of clarity for you and make those easy for you to write, even though it might get a little bit repetitive. And you will write your first discussion, and then also you will just dip into your learning group work. So you'll have a little bit of group work every week. Mostly that's asynchronous work, except for on week 3, you actually have to arrange one meeting with your group where somebody arranges a Zoom meeting and you all meet together synchronously. So I've just provided a workspace for you to find out who is in your work group and start contacting people to set up that calendar date for that one meeting that you're going to have in person on April 3rd. I hope you get off to a really great start and get interested in theories of leadership and theories of ethics. I'll see you next week.